So in this video I'm going to show you how to load a database using SQL. So first let's look at what this database is. So I'm going to open the model file I've given you. And this is a model for a very simple database. It's a company database with employees who work at departments. The employees have supervisors. The departments are located at various locations. They manage projects, and then the employees work on the projects, and finally employees have dependents. So now let's go to the query window and let's open the first SQL script that I gave you, which was named schema script. So this is the one that would be created automatically if you did forward engineering using Workbench. And it's the full database creation. So this is all the SQL needed to create all the tables with their primary keys, with their foreign keys. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to create this schema called employee DB, and we're going to fill it with data using mass insert statements. And to make it simpler, we're going to turn off all the foreign key constraints. That way we can load the tables all at once each. So this data has been created so that it complies with all the constraints, so we can feel comfortable to turn them off. And I always do this. I separate the constraints from the creation. So here you see all the foreign key constraint sections of each create table command have been commented out. So here we're going to create the database with no foreign key constraints, and that means we can insert some data without having to worry about problems with constraint violations. Alright, so it's running and it finished. And if we look down here, we can see there's some warnings, and that's not surprising because before each create table there's a drop table, but this schema didn't exist yet, so those tables didn't exist yet. Now we want to see, did it create? So we come over here to the side and see schemas, and then click the refresh button, and there it is. The employee database is there, and there's all the tables, department, dependent, etc. So now we want to fill it with data. So first of all, we have to select it so that our insert statements will be running on the right schema. So now I'm going to open the script with insert statements. And here they are. So before each set of insert statements, it deletes everything from the table. Look at the syntax of the delete statement. Delete from employee. Everybody always likes to write delete star from employee, but you're not deleting columns, you're deleting rows. When you delete, you're deleting rows. So you don't ever specify columns. So delete always starts with delete from and then the table name. there may be a where clause if you only want to delete one or two rows or a set of rows, but here we want to delete them all. Why do we want to delete them all? Because we don't want to accidentally try to insert things that are already there. So then we have the insertion statements. A bunch of employees, some departments, some dependents, some projects, a bunch of employees working on projects, and then a few department locations. All right, so let's run this into the database. And you can see that they all executed. So now we might be wondering, is there data in our database now? So let's come here and check it out. And we'll run the statement. And yeah, look, here's the employees. And we see at the bottom 30 rows returned. That means we have 30 employees in our employee table. And here's all their information. And you can see a few of them have null as their supervisor. Obviously, that means those are the top level managers. They don't have supervisors. They only have supervisees. And let's see another one. Select star from maybe department. And run that one. So there's 3 departments: production, research, and operation. Let's try another. Select first name, last name from employee, where I think it was D number equals 3. And hit the thing. Okay, so here we have 10 employees, their first and last names, who are employees that belong to department number 3. So now you can start doing some queries once you have data in your database. But let's not forget to do one thing. So we ran the database creation with no foreign key constraints so that we could do mass insert statements, but we want foreign key constraints. So here, this is the add constraints script, and these are just the constraints that are commented out of the other file where the create tables are. And once a table is already existing, you can change it, and you change it with this SQL statement, alter table. So alter table dependent, add the constraint back in, alter table works on, add the constraint back in, like that. So employee table had 2 foreign key constraints on it, and so on. So this will put them back, so let's run that in. Now we have a good database that's protected by all the constraints that we need and is also filled with data. Now if you try to add data into it, you will have to obey the constraints. And that's it.